One day while on a day trip, Sandra and I was visiting the Bunker Hill Covered Bridge in Catawba County. We noticed a peculiar looking symbol with a sign that read Carolina Thread Trail just underneath it. Now, being an avid hiker, I looked into it and learned that it was a regional network of connected greenways, trailways, and blueways that reaches 15 counties in 2 states, and that it was still growing with new trails being added. I had always wanted Sandra to hike with me and thought that this may be just the thing, so after looking at the website, we both set out to complete every single thread trail. So grab your gear and come along with us as we set out to hike or paddle every thread trail and learn with us about the history, the geology, and people of these areas. I'm sure there will never be a dull moment.
God, look at this. I thought there was a rock behind me.
Looks like this might be bear tracks. The Bakers Creek Greenway runs through Bakers Creek Park and connects the 8th Street Greenway with Bakers Creek Park and the Village Park. The 8th Street Greenway is a 10-foot wide paved trail and is a perfect place to walk, run, or bike. The 1.5-mile trail connects Loop Road to 8th Street, crosses 8th Street, and continues to West 8th Street. Once the Greenway crosses West 8th Street, it ties into the existing Bakers Creek Park Greenway. Highlights along the Bakers Creek Greenway include the GI Memorial House Museum, Kannapolis Cemetery, and the Village Park Rotary Express Train and Splash Pad. The GI Memorial House is a historical house dating back to 1945. The home, which is located at 905 King Street, was constructed to aid with the housing shortage. For more information about the GI Memorial House or to schedule a tour, please visit the Kannapolis History Associates website. The Bakers Creek Park has a gated parking lot and is only open during park hours. Cars left past closing time may be locked in overnight. However, both Village Park and the YMCA are open parking lots and can be accessed any time of day, including early morning. Bakers Creek Greenway and the 8th Street Greenway hours of operation are dawn to dusk. Okay, let me go ahead and show you what we did here on this particular hike. Before I begin on the map here, let's go to a different slide. This right here, you're going to see these maps situated here and there on the trail itself. Now the trail that we did is this green colored one back here. If you'll notice over to the right hand side, there's several different trails. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different trails, and they are color coded. Starting with the smallest one being a half a mile, and then the longest one being the 3 miles. And so what's really interesting is that if you really want a good long hike, I mean, you could start here where we did and then connect on to where Loop Road is, and then do the orange colored one, and then make it a really good hike. I mean, that would really be good. And that may be something that we may do in the future, but the actual thread trail hike itself is the green colored area. You got Bakers Creek Creek Park Trail, and then you got the West 8th Street Greenway. That's going to be in this area here. So you got 2 trails that are connected. Now, when it loops around, it's 2 miles. But if you just go from the parking area at Village Park and then end up at Loop Road, it's only going to be 1.5 miles. And so also, if you notice down here at the bottom, this red colored box here, you can go to this area here. I'll have a link in the description below that will have a PDF format map that you can download. Going back to the map here, we actually came down. Here's North Loop Road. We actually came down to Village Park, and we parked there. Now, Village Park and the YMCA Park have parking lots that you can park anytime. And so it's just the Bakers Creek Park. That one is only open during normal business hours, and they do have a gate there. And so if you leave your car there, and if you're not there by the time they leave, it's just going to be stuck there until the very next day. But we started right here at Village Park, and we went all the way around where you see the green at, all the way to North Loop Road, and then we walked back down. And on the way back to the parking lot, if you notice this geocache logo, we did a geocache. I found one. There was actually another one. There's a library over here, the Cabarrus County Public Library. There's one there, but I think it's inside the building, from what I understand. It's inside of it. It's a small one, and so I just had to give that one up. But then on the way back, I did get this one, and you'll see that one on the video. This area here has a tremendous amount to offer. I mean, you got Village Park, you've got Baker's Creek Park, and then you've got not only the different trails. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different trails that you could take if you wanted to make it a long one. They got a carousel that's there, and what's really neat about this carousel is that it's a double decker. It's got 2 layers to it, and so and they also, for those of you that are in the trains, they also have a train that you can ride, and so it's really neat. If you're familiar with Dan Nicholas Park, Dan Nicholas Park has a train that you can ride. They have one here, and this train here is bigger than the one than Dan Nicholas has, and they also have a Christmas. I think they call it Christmas in the Park or Village Park Christmas, but they really go all out during Christmas time, and so be sure to check that out. Bring your kids to this. They are going to absolutely have a blast. It's free. Though the things that they have in there might cost, the whole thing is free, and we go there every year and just have a really good time. They sell hot chocolate. You can roast marshmallows. They have Santa Claus is usually out there if you want the kids to have a picture with Santa Claus, and then you can ride the train also during that. They have that also, and so and they have a miniature scale train set up in the area also. I'm not sure if you can see the miniature train set up during the other times of the year, but I do know at Christmas time they do have that set up, and you can go in there, you can press buttons and see things twirl and light up, and it's a really nice display that they have in there. But other than that, that's guys, that's the overview of this. You really need to check this out. Let me point one more thing out. Also, along the trail, you're going to see this. The trail that I just showed you, you're going to see this painted on the ground, and it'll have an arrow pointing which way you need to go. So they got this on here too, and you're also going to see these signs here from time to time. The hike is beautiful. You're going back and forth from some neighborhood areas, and but you're mostly in the nature, the trees, and the whole thing is just done just beautifully. There's a couple bridges. I know one bridge in particular that we crossed. Really beautiful area, and then you got the railroad tracks that are on that train that you can take. Just a gorgeous time. You could literally spend a whole day on this one easily. Pack your lunch. There's plenty of places to have picnics at, and just great big open field areas. It really is a lot of fun here, and so but you guys check this out. Let's go ahead and look at the video, and you can see what we saw.
Okay, did the geocache, and this one was tough to find. Man. Let's see what we got here. And looks like he's got some dinosaurs. Boy, everybody likes dinosaurs. That's cool. A llama and a ring, pencil sharpener. I guess if you can write down on the log here, it's got a log. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give him another dinosaur. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that right. Parasaurolophus or something like that. And so that's what he's getting here. And so they have a unique little thing in their head here where they think it may have been for making their sound. And so Parasaurolophus or something like that. I'll have the name, it'll come up on the screen. But at any rate, that's going in there. So at any rate, it was good, real good hiding place. Almost gave up on it. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. This is definitely a really good place to day hike, and we attempted 2 geocaches and we're only able to find one, and I almost gave up on that one. One of them you can only get in, you can only do it by getting into the building, and so but there's a lot here. You can go to Baker's Creek, and the YMCA is right next to it. And so they do, like I said, they have a library. That's where one of the geocaches were. But evidently it's on the inside of the building. And so, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Come out and do this one. And be looking out for the next video.